Yellowstone's Denim Richards talks Colby's Season 5 fate, how it will impact the Cowboys and Taylor Sheridan future. After carrying on the character for 5 seasons, Denim Richards is saying goodbye to Colby in Yellowstone Season 5 Part B. Richards began his career making guest appearances in everything from Disney Channel's Good Luck Charlie to MTV's Catfish. The show, though, would find his first big role with Freeform's Good Trouble, starring in 6 of the dramady's 88 episodes. Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone would be his biggest role to date, starring in the neo-Western drama as Colby Mayfield, one of the cowboys working on the Dutton Ranch. Yellowstone Season 5 Part B's story has seen Colby and the other Dutton Ranch cowboys split up, with Rip and half of the others going down to Texas to watch over the cattle after the land became contaminated, while Colby and the rest stayed back in Montana to watch over the land. Following the shocking deaths of Kevin Costner's John Dutton IE and Dawn Oliveri's Sarah Richards' character joined the roster of surprise fatalities in Episode 12, Counting Coop, being accidentally killed by a wild horse while trying to save Finn Little's Carter. Alongside Richards and Oliveri, the Yellowstone Season 5 Part B cast includes the returns of Wes Bentley as Jamie and Kelly Rayleigh as Beth, Luke Grimes, Kelsey as Bill, Cole Hauser, Brecken Merrill, Jefferson White, Gil Birmingham, Ryan Bingham, Wendy Moniz, and Forey J. Smith. Showcasing that the stakes of the world go beyond Jamie and Beth's war, the final season of Sheridan's hit show is proving more unpredictable than ever. Following the show's recent episode, Screen Rant interviewed Denim Richards to discuss Yellowstone Season 5 Part B, how he feels about saying goodbye to the neo-Western drama, filming Colby's death scene, how it will impact the Cowboys in the final episodes of the show, how Colby would have reacted if his and Teeter's fates were flipped, and his thoughts on reuniting with Sheridan on another show in the future. Screen Rant: Denim, it's great to get to chat with you. I admittedly came on the Yellowstone bandwagon late, but I love that I am on it now. I want to start by asking you just a general question about how it feels for you coming to the end of this mainline show after being with it for so many seasons. There's been so much talk of secrecy, not only about Kevin Costner's potential return, but how the show will wrap up as a whole. And as we saw in this week's episode, Colby also unfortunately died. When did you learn about that, and how secretive did you have to be about that from your castmates? So a lot of people have talked about the redacted scripts that went out for this half of the season. I'm curious if you yourself know, though, anything about how your death is going to impact the rest of the Cowboys going into the rest of this season. Now that your time on the show has come to an end, as most characters are, since this is the final season of the mainline show, what is one of the biggest things you're going to miss about either your character or the Yellowstone universe as a whole? Well, I really hope that those other pearls get to have you reunite with some of your castmates on this, because like you said, the people have all been so amazing on this show. And with that said, I love how frequently Taylor reunites with cast members. I mean, James Jordan has been on pretty much every one of his projects, including the Landman cast. Of his other shows, what would be the one that you would be the most excited to get to join if Taylor reached out to you for that? Yellowstone chronicles the Dutton family, led by John Dutton, who controls the largest contiguous cattle ranch in the United States. Amid shifting alliances, unsolved murders, open wounds, and hard-earned respect, the ranch is in constant conflict with those it borders. An expanding town, an Indian reservation, and America's first national park. Yellowstone is co-created by Oscar-nominated screenwriter Taylor Sheridan, Wind River, Hell or High Water in Sicario, and John Linson. Executive producers include John Linson, Art Linson, Taylor Sheridan, Kevin Costner, David C. Glasser, Bob Yeri, Stephen K., Michael Friedman, Christina Voros, and Keith Cox. The series is distributed by Paramount Global Content Distribution. Denim Richards, who portrays Colby on Yellowstone, has become an integral part of the show's tapestry, representing both the heart of the Dutton Ranch and the struggles of the everyday cowboy. As Yellowstone heads into the second half of its dramatic fifth season, Richards sat down to discuss Colby's evolving role, the fate awaiting the bunkhouse crew, and how Taylor Sheridan's vision continues to shape the landscape of modern television. A cowboy's crossroads. Colby has always been the quintessential steady hand amidst the storm of drama that surrounds the Dutton Ranch. Whether wrangling cattle or lending a quiet word of wisdom to fellow ranch hands, his character has been a grounding presence. But according to Richards, the steady cowboy is about to face his most challenging test yet. Colby's journey in Season 5 is like nothing we've seen before. Richards explains, "He's not just a cowboy anymore. He's a man grappling with what loyalty, survival, and justice mean in a world that feels like it's collapsing around him." The second half of the season sees Colby torn between his loyalty to the Dutton family and the creeping realization that the ranch's way of life may not be sustainable. With Beth's corporate machinations and Jamie's political power plays pushing the family to the brink, Colby finds himself questioning whether preserving the ranch is worth the personal cost. He's always been a team player, but this season forces him to confront his own moral compass. Richards hints. There's a moment where Colby has to decide if he's going to stand up to those he respects or fall in line and risk losing himself. The bunkhouse brotherhood in peril. Colby's fate is also intricately tied to the dynamics of the bunkhouse, a group of cowboys bound by camaraderie, but increasingly tested by external forces. With Rip Wheeler leading the charge, the bunkhouse has often been a source of comic relief and unflinching loyalty. However, as Richards reveals, Season 5 takes a darker turn. The bunkhouse is no longer just the heart of the ranch, it's the soul under siege. Richards explains, Colby has always been a mediator in the group, but this season, he's thrust into situations where he has to be more than that. He's stepping into a leadership role, but that comes with its own set of challenges. One of those challenges is the growing tension between the bunkhouse and the Dutton family's ever-expanding list of enemies. Whether it's corporate sharks circling the ranch or government entities threatening to take the land, the cowboys find themselves in the crosshairs. This season, the stakes are higher than ever, Richards says. There's this looming question. How far will the bunkhouse go to protect the ranch? And what will it cost them as individuals? Taylor Sheridan's ever-expanding universe. For Richards, much of what makes Yellowstone compelling is Taylor Sheridan's ability to craft stories that are both grand in scale and deeply personal. Sheridan, the mastermind behind the Yellowstone universe, has created a modern Western epic that resonates with viewers across generations. Taylor's writing is unparalleled, Richards says. He's not just telling a story about a ranch, he's telling a story about America, about identity, and about what it means to fight for something you believe in. Sheridan's vision extends far beyond Yellowstone, with spin-offs like 1883 and 1923 further exploring the Dutton legacy. According to Richards, this interconnected universe adds depth to the narrative, allowing characters like Colby to exist within a broader, richly detailed world. Taylor has this incredible ability to make every character, every moment feel vital. Richards explains, even if Colby's story doesn't directly tie into the larger Dutton saga, it's still a thread in this massive tapestry. That's what makes it so special. Richards also teases that Sheridan's future projects will continue to push boundaries. Taylor is always thinking 5 steps ahead. He's not just creating shows, he's creating an entire ecosystem of storytelling. The impact on fans and the cowboy legacy. One of the most profound aspects of Colby's journey, and Yellowstone as a whole, is its impact on audiences. For many viewers, the show serves as a window into a way of life that feels increasingly rare in today's world. People connect with the authenticity of the show, Richards says. It's not just about the drama. It's about the land, the history, and the people who dedicate their lives to it. Colby embodies that spirit, and I think that's why fans have embraced him so wholeheartedly. As Colby faces his most significant challenges yet, Richards hopes his story will resonate with viewers on a deeper level. Colby's journey is about finding strength in vulnerability, he says. It's about realizing that being a cowboy isn't just about riding horses or fixing fences. It's about heart, integrity, and standing up for what's right.